So, let's get personal for a second. Think about your own life. You're productive. You hit your deadlines. By pretty much every measure, you are effective. But do you ever get that little nagging feeling that there's got to be something more? Like there's a whole other gear you haven't quite shifted into yet? Well, that feeling is exactly where this all begins.
Covey's answer to that feeling is pretty simple, but profound. He says there is a level beyond just being effective, and he calls it greatness. Now, this isn't about being famous or having a corner office. It's about something else entirely. It's about contribution. It's about purpose. And it's about shifting from just managing your life to actually leading.
Okay, so the big question is, how do you make that jump? The whole journey, every single part of it, kicks off with one foundational step. You have to find your voice. Before you can ever hope to have a real impact on the world around you, you've got to do the work on the inside first.
So what on earth is this voice we're talking about? Well, Covey defines it as your unique personal significance. The best way to think about it is like the perfect sweet spot, the exact point where four things overlap: your natural talents, the things you're really good at, your passions, what you truly love to do, your conscience, what you feel is the right thing to do, and, this is the critical one, what the world actually needs and is willing to pay for.
Let's break that down even more. Your voice isn't just one thing. It's a harmony of these four parts of you. Your mind, that gives you the vision, the what. Your heart, that's the passion, the why. Your body brings the discipline, the how, the actual execution. And your spirit, that's your conscience, your internal compass, making sure your why is for the right reasons. When all four of those are fired up and working together, that, he says, is greatness. All right, so you've done the internal work, you've found your voice, amazing. But hold on, because that's only half the story. The second and absolutely essential part of the eighth habit is to then help other people find theirs. This is the moment, right here, where personal greatness transforms into true leadership. Think about it. For so long, the old idea of leadership was about control, managing people, keeping them in line, telling them what to do. Covey calls that an industrial age relic. It's outdated. Real leadership, especially now, is about unleashing potential. It's about creating an environment where people choose to give their best, not because they're being watched, but because they're genuinely inspired to. This really is a fundamental shift in how we think about leading. We're moving away from that old command and control style, which runs on fear and rigid authority. The new paradigm is all about trust and inspire. And that runs on something completely different. It runs on respect, and it's built on a foundation of shared values, not just a top-down org chart. So, trust and inspire sounds great, right? But how do you actually do it? How does it work in the real world? It all comes down to building a very different kind of leadership, a leadership that is built completely on a bedrock of trust. And here's the thing. This kind of leadership has almost nothing to do with your job title. It's all about influencing people through your character, through who you are. That's what Covey calls moral authority, and it's way more powerful than just formal authority. The real magic happens when you can help every single person align their own personal voice with the bigger purpose of the entire organization.
And what's the ultimate point of all this? What's the one big goal we're shooting for? It's one word: synergy. You know, that incredible phenomenon where the team becomes so much more than just the sum of its parts, where 1 + 1 = 10 or even 100. That's the target.
So finally, what's the long-term result of all this? This isn't just about making this quarter look good. This is about creating something that lasts. It's about creating a ripple effect. It's about building a legacy.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? True leadership greatness isn't a solo act. It's about lifting other people up at the same time you're lifting yourself. Your success and their success become completely tangled up together, all of it standing on a firm foundation of integrity and purpose.
So how do you get that ripple effect started? It really comes down to 3 stages. First, you have to model the values. You have to live them, breathe them, so everyone can see them in action. Second, you have to intentionally mentor others, actively help them on their own journey to find their voice. And third, and this is where it really scales, you multiply your impact. You develop new leaders who then turn around and develop even more leaders. It's a powerful, self-sustaining cycle.
And that brings us right back to the beginning. The whole journey starts with looking inward, with finding your own voice.
But it absolutely cannot end there. The real power, the true fulfillment of the eighth habit is when you turn back outward. So the final question isn't really if you'll find your voice, it's